Chismosas, by now, I'm sure many of you guys have heard the terrible news that last night an American Airlines jet collided with an Army Black Hawk helicopter near Reagan Airport, and it looks like we are getting a lot more details about the tragic moment, and I want to share this with you guys. Now, according to news reports, there were about 64 people on the airplane. It was a packed plane, which included 60 passengers and 4 crew members. The flight was coming from Wichita, Kansas, and reportedly there were 3 soldiers on board the Black Hawk. Now, this morning, President Cheeto had a press conference and he confirmed that there were unfortunately no survivors. Now, there's a lot of information going around about this collision and how it could have possibly happened. But one main thing that I keep hearing is that this helicopter, it didn't have its light on. Now, if you guys typically see any helicopter, you know that you usually see at least like one spotlight, and that was turned off. And if you know anything about a Black Hawk, you know that those helicopters can barely be seen at night, so why wouldn't it have its light on? And another piece of information going around is that this was actually posted the day before the crash, and an FAA employee said that they confirmed that the agency already was lacking sufficient air traffic controllers. And if you know anything about air traffic controllers, you know that air traffic controllers are the ones that basically control the traffic in the air. They're the ones that say, hey, it's good to go, the plane can go. Oh, cool, stop, go. That's what they do. So why, may you ask, are there not enough air traffic controllers, one of the most important jobs out there? Well, that's pretty simple. Unlike the second day that Cheeto took office, he did a bunch of executive orders, as you may remember. And let me read you some of those. On the second day, he fired the head of TSA, he fired the entire Aviation Security Advisory Committee, he froze hiring of all air traffic controllers, and he fired 100 top FAA security officers. I wonder if that has anything to do with this crash. Yet, despite all of this, he did a press conference where he was blaming Obama and Biden because they didn't set enough strong rules as to who could be hired as an air traffic controller. And he said that he was trying to set things right and that he was doing the right thing, because for those type of jobs, you need geniuses. You need people that have like crazy intellect, not the type of people that he had already controlling the skies, basically. All of the air traffic controllers that were currently doing their job, they just weren't to his standards. So he's saying that it's their fault to begin with, and because they were stuck on doing all these DEI hires. Now, an interviewer was like, I'm still trying to understand why and how it's possible you would say that DEI is the problem here. And then he goes and says, he's like, oh, well, it's because I have common sense, and not many people have common sense. What? Now, am I surprised here? At this point, no, I'm not. But when somebody that's in office's incompetence causes so many people to be unalived, when this could have completely been avoided, this is when you really need to start thinking, who did y'all elect as president? If you haven't already been thinking that, because I know a lot of us actual common sense have already been thinking that. But anyways, guys, I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. What do you think about the flight and the collision and what he said about it? Let me know down below in the comments, and don't forget to like and follow for more gossip, chisme, and all things tea.